All right, welcome back to DIY, as in, why did you do the thing that you have done? I don't understand why you invested your time that way, but that's fine. Everyone has their own interests. We'll start off with, I think, number 19. What the hell is this? Everyone needs a long-range hammer, okay? You got your short-range hammer, and then you have to be able to hold up your hammer, zero in on your target, and before you approach, just make sure that as you're walking up and approaching your target, that you do not lose sight of your target. This also features X-ray vision. If your target goes behind a building, a wall, a tree, inside a car, as tagged by the title, this is a shit post. Do not demonetize me for words, thank you. I have no words. Wood dragonflies. 2 handmade wooden dragonflies, 10 each, or both for 20. Good deals. You don't even get a discount if you buy both of them. It's $10 each, or $10 for each of them if you want both of them. It's still $10. What is that? Actually, I can't tell if those are popsicle sticks, and this is like miniature stair railing vertical posts, or if it's this full size, like a stair rail, a post that would connect the stair railing, and then it's just large pieces of wood that look like popsicle sticks connected to them. I guess the wood on the deck for scale makes it seem larger. So just large pieces of wood attached to a fence, a hand railing, staircase, pole. Don't know what you call that now, come to think of it, but good projects. Embellished Vaseline. Swarovski embellished Vaseline. Brand new, never opened, handmade. So worksy. I think that's autocorrect at work there. Encrusted Vaseline. Also, it's refillable. In case you want to buy Vaseline at the store, you can scoop out all that Vaseline and you can put it in your old Vaseline container that has crystals all over it. Also, this sort of reminds me of the $100,000 bottle of water that I've seen listed somewhere on a site that just lists absurd things. It was because the bottle has a lot of diamonds on it. But then they're like, also the water is pretty good. It's really good filtered water. But the bottle has diamonds, so it's $100,000 water. And I'm like, all right, this sounds like a good deal. A dental pioneer. Are you gonna attach that to a, oh. The time investment to make that happen is very minimal. That probably took you all of like 30 seconds to accomplish. It just seems very dangerous. Like sticking that any further to your back of your mouth, it's just not going to go very well. I suppose it would do a nice, I'm getting dentist office chair feelings from that, and the sound and the, I thought everyone here could enjoy this beauty. I'm waiting. No, do not adjust your monitor. This is how many pixels are not in this image. They decided to go on vacation. I'm like, all right, this has got to clear up. It's just, someone took an image that was like 50 by 50 pixels and we're like, all we have to do is scale this up in Photoshop and we can make it as big as they want. Those idiots back in the day before HD, they didn't realize they could just drag the image and make it bigger and they would have gotten HD. But if I can decipher correctly here, if I squint, this appears to be a pickup truck that has been fused with a minivan. It's a good way to enclose the cab of the pickup truck. If I open my eyes, I can't see anymore, but I think that's what it is. Now you can facepalm at your own mistakes before you make them. That's unfortunate, because I could have used that. I make a lot of facepalm mistakes in my Minecraft series. If you like Minecraft, you can find on the main channel. I'm going to promote my main channel from the Jordan Reacts channel, because I'm sure there's some people here. Maybe you just discovered this since the channel was created. Go watch the other gaming stuff on my other 5 channels. Not just gaming, a lot of other variety of content for you to consume. Super grip handle. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. If your hammer breaks, just grab a drill that can drill through extremely heavy, dense metal, and then go and grab your nearest threaded bar thing and put it through there. I think the only issue is that not many people probably have the drill required to go through a hammerhead, just laying around rather than going to buy a new hammer. But if you do, then you're in luck. If your hammer ever flies off the handle, flying off the hand, literally flying off the handle, that must be where that phrase came from. It sounds much more dangerous when you put it in the context. Like a hammer flying off the handle? Oh God. Oh, or like an axe head flying off the handle, or a sledge, all those things, really bad. I don't want to be anywhere near that. A friend of mine added this to his car. Given that the car doesn't look terribly new, like I don't think there's any sort of personal investment into this vehicle is my baby. And so it's like, why not? We all enjoyed these mats when we were a child. Driving around with the toy cars on them brings back some good memories. And so why not associate this with getting in your vehicle that otherwise you don't really care about that much? Gets you from point A to point B. It does the job. Why not add some carpeting there? Probably looks better than something that might add water damage or coffee spilled on it. I fully support this. This is great. Can we just stick to eating avocados? This is actually a legal obligation for people in California to propose this way. In case you weren't aware, avocados are a way of life in California. Avocados are also the reason why millennials can't afford a house, and probably the reason why that ring was not very affordable either, because the avocado cost more than the ring itself. Very possible, depending upon if they got that ring from like a vending machine, the avocado might have cost more. But see, it's a functional ring holder, because after the fact, you can have a nice snack, because nothing makes you hungrier than a good proposal. I've always said that even though I'm not particularly inclined to do the marriage thing myself, if ever it were to happen, I'd go the Deadpool route and just be like, all right, here's the ring pop. Don't really see the value in jewelry, so just a rock otherwise. So let's get something edible. You know, you can actually eat these ring pops. It's far more enjoyment than this rock. I like that approach. Good on you, Deadpool. Yeah, everyone has different interests. You might find cars not all that interesting, but at least cars move. You put a rock on the ground, it's not going anywhere. The whole genre rock and roll is a lie, because rocks don't roll unless they're on a hill or pushed. Phone case? I don't think this isn't going to be used as a phone case, so it's just you made it so that you can draw on things with your phone case. I'm so confused. It looks like a bit of a mess, but hey, why not make a phone case that will probably melt in your pocket on a hot day? Sounds good to me. Why sit on a motorbike when you can sit in front of a motorbike? Visually, it looks very dangerous. But then again, riding a motorbike in general is just dangerous, so you're already assuming that risk when you ride one. I don't know, even if that weighed like 300 pounds back here, and this is 150 pounds, there's a little bit more leverage because this goes farther back down back here. I'm sure that the guy tested it. He probably like jumped up and down on the front. I was like, all right, let's just make sure that there's no possibility of the back wheel tipping up, because that's also the drive wheel. No matter how confident I am in the engineering and the math, if that all checks out, I'm still like, this visually looks horrifying. And also, I guess most of his weight's kind of over the axle here, and this scaffolding weighs, it's probably pretty minimal, so I'm sure it's actually fairly stable. I'd still be horrified. But I've never ridden a motorbike to begin with, so that's probably the case. That's where the fear is stemming from. Well, that's one way to fix it. You just wanted it so the faucet was like over the drain? Is that what's going on? Looks like you're trying to make some sort of volcano tube. Like, you know how you could connect the two bottles? You did this as a science experiment when you were younger, and then you put whatever the spirally connector is, and you create like the volcano spinning, swirling thing when it goes down between. Did you ever do that? No? Okay. I can't explain it further than that. But anyway, I mean, I suppose that works. Just might not be a super even flow. Whatever works. It's kind of a bizarre sink to just have two completely separate faucets coming out of very close to each other, but sure thing. Why? I've seen this one before, and it's still just as confusing and would probably make me lose my balance as I'm getting out of the tub. Hey, someone, can we compare this to the previous reaction? See if I made the exact same comment, how consistent I am. I'm gonna be like trying to get out of the bathtub. I'll be like, wait a minute, is the room tilted? Oh God, do I have to adjust my balance? And then I slip and hit my head and die. That's how it ends. They say one is born every minute. Who said humanity is dead? Why wouldn't you want a lollipop holder? Honestly, it depends on what your favorite lollipop is, what the size of that lollipop is, because it's like, is it a one size fits all? You just make this big and then you can shut it, obviously. So even if you have a Dum Dum, which is really small, it'll fit in there, it'll dangle out. It's got enough to hold it in there and the stick will be popping out. But even then, if you've got like one of the big Tootsie Pops, it's big enough, it'll hold that. So what size do you base it off of? See, because you don't want it to be too big, because then it's just inconvenient. But do you make it Tootsie Roll Pop sized, and then it's like a fairly safe bet that anything will scale down from there? Yeah. You can get the gigantic ones at theme parks, candy stores, things like that. But in the generally mostly consumed lollipop arenas, I feel like Tootsie Roll Pop is kind of the standard size, and then things scale back from there. Speaking of which, I haven't had a Tootsie Roll Pop in a super long time, but I did, of course, like other children, actually make an effort to discover how many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop. Somewhere in the 200 ballpark. But it's very, very hard to do that in a controlled fashion because everyone's lick is a little bit different depending on the surface area, the saliva count of your mouth, probably other factors involving the humidity. It's not 3 though, like they have you believe in the commercial with the owl biting it down. It's like 200 something. Also, Google would probably help at this point because Google exists now and it didn't when I was trying that. So yeah, because Google was 1997. I'm pretty sure that was like probably 96 I tried it. Damn. Have you existed in a world without Google? I have. This patio set. Outdoor covered patio set. Also, place for you to put your children in timeout so that they can get a real life experience as to what it's like to be in jail. And hopefully that will discourage them from committing crimes. Because they'll be like, man, that was unpleasant sitting in the jail at my house. I bet it's even worse in an actual jail. So really, this is a character building exercise here, and that's why you buy it for $775. You think for that price you get something a little bit more appealing, but you can't put a price on character building. Or maybe you can, and it's $775. My local Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru speaker broke. They're using a baby monitor now. This is brilliant. It's like, no, you know, should we get a walkie-talkie? Should we run on over to Radio Shack? Get a decently good walkie-talkie? No. Baby monitors. That's what we need. Far more reliable than a walkie-talkie. Frozen coffee. 1,200 calories for a frozen coffee. Woo! Wow, large frozen coffee. Can you imagine? We're totally off topic, and here goes Jordan again talking about calories. But can you imagine just like, normal morning coffee, 1,200 calories. It's more than half your day's calories, just the morning ritual. Oh, yeah, it's insanity. Huh. Okie dokie. Why? Are those live? Okay, this gets a no from me. All right, I'll have you know, I think that I might possess a Guinness World Record for ants that have been physically smushed by a human finger. I think my fingers have led, my index finger specifically, has led to the end of more ants than perhaps anyone else on this planet, because ants are taking over my house this summer. The last thing I want is ants in my fingernails, okay? I've had enough of these ants. And no. I mean, that might actually be a fate that's worse for the ants than getting crushed. So maybe some of the ants that crawl across my desk, I would do this. Be like, on one end, I respect the intelligence. Like, you do have to respect the group intelligence of an ant colony. What they are able to do is exceedingly impressive for this tiny little obnoxious little thing that can crawl across your desk and across your bedroom floor and across your kitchen sink area. And it's very impressive how resilient they are, but I want them to, I can't say things because demonetization, but I want them to all go away. This is not what I want. Don't want them in my nails. I'm mad. I've seen too many ants. Far too many ants. I'm like looking around right now. I'll probably see one if I look hard enough. Become an expert at spotting ants. I got a skill. These people can come up with something that ends ants, then I'll take a look. Okay, well that's it. for DIY. Oh boy, make sure to like if you liked. Check out not the playlist because it doesn't exist yet, but the other videos on this channel if you want more to watch. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Why haven't you? And if you want music, link in the outro and more music, and then there's other channels. Watch all the channels. They're all on the channel. Bye.